We all get it, we've all experienced it. We all get pissed off at self-doubt, questioning your ability, setting extreme expectations. But how do we overcome that? How do we get over that so we can move forward and be better? I've been competing in strongwoman now for almost 5 years, and I absolutely love strongman. I love strongman, I love strongwoman, I love the people, I love the sport, I love the training, I love everything about it. I really do. I can't even put in words what this sport has done, because friendship, but also the I can actually do this thing. So if I can do this, what else can I do? Now, with that being said, the first 2 years of my competition days were amazing. I enjoyed every second of it. It was pretty quick. I went from novice before lockdown and trained throughout lockdown, and then I went straight into national comp, and then ended up in the same year at pro level, which was just crazy. And I never expected that at all. I always said to myself that I would love to be classed as an athlete one day. I used to watch CrossFit, strongman, all these sports, and be like, wow, imagine being an athlete. And I never thought that was possible, but within the first year, that's what I became. But did I truly believe that I was an athlete? No. I just thought I got lucky, and I got to these high levels just because I was there. And at the end of the day, I didn't. I did the work. I trained like an athlete, slept like an athlete. I did all my research. I ate well. I did everything with the knowledge I had then to act like an athlete, but I still didn't believe it. I think it was only when I remember being at Britain's Strongest Woman for my first year, and they're like, all athletes gather around, and I was like, oh my God, that's me? I'm going to stand there with Rhiannon Lovelace, Annabelle Chapman, Donna Moore, like, what the? Andrea Thompson. I was like, what the frick is going on? Why am I here? And it was amazing to hear me being called an athlete, but I did not walk up with everyone else feeling like I was an athlete. I was just like, this is insane. But I kept saying, like, why am I here? And throughout the years, I thought my confidence was getting better, and I would tell myself, you're an athlete. I then started coaching other people in the sport, and they would say the same thing. I'm not an athlete, but you are, because you eat, train, recover, and act like one. You show up every week, do your sessions. That's what athletes do. You are an athlete. Just because it's not your full-time job does not mean you're not an athlete. There's a lot of athletes out there that have full-time jobs and they do it on the side. You are an athlete. And I would tell people this, but I would not actually believe it myself. I thought I did, but reflecting back, I did not. I had so much self-doubt, and I set expectations of myself so high. But looking back, the expectations weren't set based around what I wanted and what I felt like I could achieve. It was based around other people's views of me. I set expectations based on what other people may think of me, how other people may see me as an athlete, as a person. And let me tell you, that was the wrong thing to do. At the time, I think I thought I was setting expectations for myself, like I have this expectation, I should be hitting this. But if you're saying you should be, you don't really believe it. And is it what you really want when you're saying, I should want this? Should is usually based on what other people think, what other people expect of you, external validation from others. And it took me a long time to actually even admit that, because I am not the type of person that really cares what other people think. I really don't. I do what I want, I say what I want, I never really cared what other people think. So it took me a long time to actually realise this expectation of yourself. Who are you setting it for? And it was only when I was completely honest with myself and really thought about my feelings, my emotions, and actually listening to my thoughts and not just assuming I know what I'm thinking, which sounds fucking mental, but if you actually take the time to get to know yourself and understand your thought process and your emotions, you will then be able to be honest with yourself. And the expectations I was setting on myself was not based on what I wanted, it's what I thought I should want based on other people. Not the fucking way to go, people, let me tell you that. Not the way to go. And when I got to a point, I was competing at Scotland's Strongest Woman, and I was very confident. I'd worked really hard, I knew that I'd done the work, I looked at the competition, I knew I could win, and that was that. However, that year I set a high expectation, not based on what I wanted, but it was my 4th year going into Scotland's Strongest Woman, and I felt like I should be winning by this point. It's my 4th year, I should be winning. So it wasn't the fact that I was believing that I could win, I was forcing myself to have the expectation that I should be winning. Now, I went in and got weighed that day, and I knew who I was competing against. There was a few girls there, and then there was a last minute entry into the competition. The minute I seen this person come in, I crumbled. I straight away knew I was not going to beat this person. Why? Because they're better than me. Simple. I'd been beaten by them before. Now, I'm not saying just because I've been beaten by them before, it meant they were going to beat me again, but I knew they were faster, fitter, stronger than I was. I completely crumbled. I ruined that whole day, not only for myself, but everybody else around me. But the minute I seen that athlete walk in, the expectation of you should be winning consumed me. I changed the way I thought about competition the night before. I usually like to be relaxed, have a laugh. I was very serious, and I should be winning. The expectation is there. Like, there's no option for us to change now. I have to win. This is going to be so embarrassing if I don't win, and it ruined my whole day. All my friends were there, my family was there, my kids were there, and I get emotional. I can't. I acted like a complete arsehole. I had clients competing. I did not cheer them on, which I always do. I cheer every single athlete on, always have that day. I did not watch anyone else. I did not talk to anyone. I didn't even acknowledge. This makes me so sad because I'm going to put a picture up so you can see. I did not even acknowledge my kids had made signs saying, "Go mum." And when I miserably failed the throwing back story of my life, I came off and my son went to hug me, and I literally pushed him out the way and stormed off. What the fuck? Who does that? That is not somebody that believes in themselves. That is not somebody that is enjoying their sport. That is not somebody that believes they are a winner, because winners don't act like that. You just don't. If you believe in yourself and know that you are a good athlete and that you deserve to be there, you don't act like that. I don't care what anyone says. You don't push past your own children. If you believe in yourself and believe your why, because winners know their why, they know why they're there, they know why they're doing it. I had no clue why I was there. I just was there because I felt like I should be, and I was so pressured into feeling like I should win. Not for myself and not for my real why, which is Chloe and Jade and my kids, but for the expectation of others. Each event went badly. I put more and more pressure on it. I felt like everyone was talking about me there. I felt like people were disappointed in me. They were like, "Oh, she was good, but she's not anymore." And the thing is, the expectation that we have from other people is usually something we've actually made up. Most people want us to do well. Most people want to see us do well, but then other people don't really care. So this expectation that we set, that we think we have pressure from other people, is really our imagination. It was awful. And that photo I just showed you, I always put that on my phone now as a reminder not to act like that. The self-doubt didn't stop there. After that, I no longer wanted to compete. I was like, I do not want to compete anymore. I can't handle the pressure. I can't do this to myself. I don't want the kids to see that. The positive thing about me is I can't give up, even if I want to, I just can't. I physically don't have it in me. So I did continue to compete, not as much as I had been. I did like one competition. I did Scotland's Strongest Women the following year, a couples competition with my friend Gav. So I did a little bit, but I didn't really prepare. I didn't have an expectation around anything. I just did it. I did a lot of other challenges instead. I did a lot of running. I wouldn't say I took a step back from strongman. I would just say that I did other things. I distracted myself. And in 2024, I decided for charity I would run 18 marathons in 18 days. It was during those 18 marathons that I had a lot of time to think. It's a lot of time by yourself and outside and with your thoughts. And I had a lot of time to think about why I do things and how I want my kids to see me, how I want to feel about myself. And it was in those 18 days that not only I knew I could do hard things, and I had been doing hard things for years and never realised it, but also that the expectation that I set on myself should only be based on my why and what's important to me and who's important to me, not anyone else. Not my friends, not my partner, not even my kids. The expectation of myself and what I know I'm capable of, not what anybody else thinks I'm capable of. Several people told me they thought I would not finish the 18 marathons, but I knew I could. And I did not set a I should finish this expectation. It was I can finish this because I am passionate about this, because this is the why I'm doing it. I had my why. I knew exactly what I was doing and why I was doing it. Nothing else mattered. And it was in that moment when I crossed the finish line, we'll say, on the 18th marathon. The quickest time I got was on the 18th marathon. And when I crossed the finish line, I then realised how to overcome self-doubt in an instant. How to overcome these high external expectations we place on ourselves in an instant. It took a little bit of practice, don't get me wrong, it wasn't, I did it and it was suddenly I just felt better. At the end of the day, self-doubt will never go away if something means something to you. If you are questioning yourself, if you are nervous, it's because you care. And that is a good thing. And it's taken me years to realise this, but I am telling you this now so you don't have to waste all those years, waste all that energy. Self-doubt will never go away when it's something you care about. It will always be there. You need to accept that. However, the only way to overcome self-doubt is not to avoid the thing like I did with competitions. I avoided doing it. I did competitions and didn't even train for them because there was no expectation then. I hadn't trained. There was lots of excuses to why I maybe wouldn't have done well. It's okay, well I didn't train. I only had a week to train, blah, blah. Excuses. The only way to overcome your self-doubt is to do it anyway. Don't avoid it. Do what needs to be done to be the best version of you for your why. So next time you doubt yourself and you think, I can't do this and I shouldn't be feeling self-doubt right now and I should do really well in this thing and that, ask yourself these questions. Why are you doing this? Really, why are you doing this? Once you've got that, that'll instantly calm you because you will take away the expectation of everyone else and put the expectation only on yourself to really why you're doing this thing. Then ask yourself, have you done everything you can? Look at the evidence. Present your jury with the evidence. Did you do everything you could to make sure this thing is going to go the way that you want it to go because of your why? If the answer is yes, then there's nothing more you can do. You have given it your all. You have done everything that you can do to this point with the knowledge that you have now. And when you do that, you will still be nervous. You may still have moments of self-doubt, but you can reflect back knowing these things for sure and you will feel better. And you will feel more excited than nervous. And then when you do the thing and things maybe don't go your way, in an event, at a competition, in a talk at your work, whatever it may be, you're not going to look back and be annoyed. You're not going to look back and be disappointed. You're going to be able to look back knowing that you did everything you could to get to that point, and whatever went wrong is a lesson to take to the next competition, to the next talk, to the next meeting, to the next event. So stop trying to get rid of self-doubt. Stop setting expectations based on what you think you should want or what you should be doing, but actually set expectations on what you want to achieve and what you know you're capable of. And always remember your why. Because if you don't know why you're doing something, there's probably no point doing it.